Hi friends, are you ready for a fun story? Well, gather round because today we have a wonderful tale all about a very, very sleepy papa and a tiny little ghost.
Okay, let's jump right in. This is the story of a man named Sharmaji. It's a story all about sleeping in too much, promises that get forgotten, and, you guessed it, a very spooky surprise.
So, let's meet our main character, Sharmaji. Now, he was a really great guy. He loved his wife and his daughter, Chinky, more than anything in the world. But he had one big problem. He was super lazy. He absolutely loved sleeping in late.
You know, all that sleeping in, it actually started to cause some problems. His daughter, Chinky, had asked for a special pink doll a long time ago. But because Sharmaji was always waking up so late, he kept forgetting to go to the store and buy it for her.
So what do you think? What kind of problems happen when you sleep too late and forget your promises? For one thing, it can make the people you love feel a little sad, can't it? And it can also get you into trouble at work.
Oh, and you will not believe the silly excuses he would tell his boss every time he was late. One day it was, "Oh no, my tire went flat." The next day it was, "My car ran out of fuel." He had a brand new excuse every single day. Well, as you can imagine, his boss was getting pretty tired of hearing these excuses. He knew Sharmaji was just being a sleepyhead. So finally, he gave him a very serious warning. And what do you know? Sharmaji was late again. So his boss finally gave him a punishment. He told him he had to stay in the office, all alone, for one whole extra hour, after everybody else went home for the day. And just to make things a little more interesting, his friend Varmaji leaned over and whispered something really spooky. He said, "Sharmaji, be careful. When everyone leaves this office, that's when the ghosts come to visit."
But you know what? Sharmaji just laughed. He wasn't scared of ghosts at all. He thought the only truly scary thing in the whole world was the loud beep, beep, beep of his alarm clock in the morning. So 6 o'clock rolled around, the final bell rang, and just like that, the entire office was empty. It was so quiet. Sharmaji was completely by himself, and he thought, "This is perfect. I'll just take a little nap." But just as he was starting to doze off in his comfy chair, he heard a noise, a quiet little thump. He lifted his head. "Who is it?" he called out, but there was no answer. He started to lie back down, thinking he imagined it. But then, crash. Whoa. That noise was much louder. It made him sit straight up in his chair. Okay, something was definitely not right.
He very quietly tiptoed out of his cabin and peeked around the corner. And that's when he saw the most amazing and scariest thing. A file folder was floating and moving all by itself, right across the floor.
"A ghost!" he screamed inside his head. "Varmaji was right all along." He didn't wait around to see what would happen next. No way. He turned around and started running as fast as his legs could carry him.
But here's the funny part. He made a really silly mistake. Instead of running for the front door, he just started running in circles around all the desks, and every time he looked over his shoulder, that spooky file was still creeping and crawling right toward him.
Oh, he was so scared. His heart was beating like a drum. He tripped over a chair and stumbled to the ground. He scrambled back up, his eyes wide with fear, as the spooky file kept getting closer and closer and closer. And then, suddenly, the big clock on the wall chimed 7 o'clock. His punishment time was finally over. He didn't wait a single second more. He grabbed his bag and bolted for the exit.
The security guard saw Sharmaji run out of the building yelling about a ghost, but the guard wasn't scared. He was very brave. So he took a big, deep breath and he went inside to investigate this ghost for himself.
So, can you guess what the scary ghost really was? The guard walked right over to the moving file, he bent down, lifted it up, and out scurried a tiny little mouse. It was just hiding underneath and pushing the file the whole time. Well, that tiny little mouse ghost scared Sharmaji so much that he learned his lesson for good. He never ever wanted to stay late and made that ghost again. From that day on, he started waking up on time and coming to the office on time every single day.
So you see, waking up on time brings so many wonderful rewards. You have time to keep your promises, like finally getting Chinky her doll. You don't have to make up silly excuses. You have more time to play with your family, more time for work and fun, and best of all, no more spooky scares.
And that leaves us with one final thought. What's one fun or helpful thing that you could do if you woke up just a little bit earlier tomorrow? Maybe you could help make breakfast or have extra time to read a story. It's something to think about, isn't it?